Hello everyone, this is Dr. Gürbüz. Welcome to my video on conducting dependent sample t-test using SPSS. In this video, I'm going to show you how to run paired or dependent sample t-test. So let's start with the theoretical part first. We use paired or dependent sample t-test in order to test there is a significant difference between two related measures, time 1 and time 2. So in this case, actually we have two paired samples, which means that we have actually one dependent variable, in this case, let's say apple, okay, but we try to measure the same variable, which is apple, at two different times, so time 1 and time 2. Also sometimes we call it before the experiment and after the experiment measures. For that reason, there is only one dependent variable in the paired sample t-test, but we measure these same variable at two different times. In the literature, guys, also sometimes we can see this kind of concept, such as within subject design, repeated measures, or paired sample design. All these kind of concepts refer, paired sample t-test. So to sum up, actually, with the paired sample t-test, we try to compare two related means or pairs, okay? So typical alternative hypothesis for the paired sample t-test should be like that. H1, young citizens' perception of sustainable energy differs between time 1 and time 2 measures. So in this case, we have only one dependent variable, which is perception of sustainable energy, but we try to measure this dependent variable in two different times, which is time 1 and time 2. What we're gonna do, we will test whether there is a significant difference between time 1 and time 2 measures. So let's go ahead. Let's say that I have an alternative hypothesis like that. H1, there is a significant difference regarding customer rating on their airline service between time 1 and time 2 measures. So my research hypothesis will be like that. Okay, so I have a customer rating, which is my dependent variable. I measure my customer rating at time 1, okay, and time 2. Okay, so I have two kinds of measurements. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I will test whether there is a significant difference between time 1 measure and time 2 measure in terms of customer rating. Okay, so to do that, let's say I have a data for that, and let's test it using SPSS. Okay, let's jump to the SPSS. Okay, and let me open, this is my SPSS data. So let's first of all check our time 1 and time 2 measure. This is my time 1 measure, rating at time 1, and this is my time 2 measure. Okay, so to do dependent sample t-test or paired sample t-test, first of all I need to go to analyze, okay, then click compare means, then I should hit the paired sample t-test, okay, hit it. Then a window pops up, okay, so you can see all your variable at the left window. Okay, the first thing that I need to do, I should drag this time 1 measure to the variable 1 section at the right hand, and then I should move the time 2 measure to my variable 2, okay, window, and the only thing that I should do, just click OK. Okay, so hit the OK, and you will get the results from SPSS output. Okay, so after that you will have three kinds of tables. The first table will be about the paired sample statistics. You can see mean, okay, and sample size for the each time 1 and time 2, and standard deviation, of course, standard error of mean, okay, and we have correlation, and we have also inferential statistic table, okay. In order to interpret the results of paired sample t-test, we should pay attention to the first table, which is this one, and also the last table, which is inferential statistic table. So I will copy these two tables to the PowerPoint. That will be easy for us, okay. So let's go to the PowerPoint, and okay, so we have the table 1, which is about the sample statistic. So as you can see, we have a mean for the time 1 measure, which is 54.62, let's say, and we have a mean for the second time, which is 62.83. So this is my question, whether this difference is significant or not. Okay, to understand that, I should look at my inferential statistic table, which is at the right hand on my screen. Okay, so in this table, guys, we should pay attention to these three values. Okay, my t value, which is minus 4.29, okay, and my df, which is decrease of freedom, 108, and my sig or p value. Okay, so as you see, my p value or sig value is 0.000 or something. Okay, so it means that my sig value or p value is clearly lower than my alpha level, which is my let's say significance level, alpha level, which is 0.05. So it is clearly lower than, less than my significance level, which is 0.05. For that reason, I can say that there is a significance difference regarding customer rating, okay, on the airline service between time 1 measure and time 2 measure. For that reason, I can say that I can support my alternative hypothesis because the p-value is clearly lower than 0.05. So based on these results, I can write a small report for that. So my interpretation should be like that. Paired sample t-test was conducted, and the results show that the time 2 measure of customer rating was significantly higher than the time 1 measure. And then I should add the sum values from this table. Okay, so this is df, this is t, and this is p value. So just look at the time 2 measure here. So as you see, it is 62. It is higher than time 1 measure. Okay, and this difference is significant because my p-value is clearly lower than my alpha level, which is 0.05. Even my SIG value, p-value, is lower than 0.01. It means that in terms of 99 confidence level. Okay, so this is how can we conduct dependent or paired sample t-test using SPSS. Thank you for your attention, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.